The last Samsung flagship phone to have a curved screen, and maybe not forever, but it's the last Samsung flagship phone to have a 10x optical zoom lens. This is 1 year with the legendary Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. For many, and I mean many people, this is the best overall flagship phone of 2023. But what about 2024, and how does it stack up against the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S24 series? Well, first of all, Galaxy S23 Ultra is on a fantastic price point. You can grab it for just $874 thanks to the special $325 trade-in discount that Samsung is currently offering. This is an insane price point for this phone considering we've got the same design as the Galaxy S24 Ultra but with a curved screen, same main camera hardware, same main ultra-wide-angle sensor as well as the front camera sensor, and still a very impressive long-range zoom that beats most of the smartphones out there, on top of having an additional 3x zoom sensor, again similar to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's so obviously a steal of a phone even in 2024 that it's kind of funny. I mean, Samsung kind of made this phone a little too good. But guess what? The Galaxy S23 Ultra is about to get even better because, as we know, Samsung is going all in with Galaxy AI, bringing some incredibly cool features like browser assist, the new AI editor, AI voice translation features, and more. While we may not get every new Galaxy AI features on the S23 Ultra, they will still receive some of the new ones in the form of One UI 6.1, making this phone better than ever before. Now, in my experience of almost a year time with the S23 Ultra, it has held up really well. It was released so early in the year, yet it was able to compete with every single smartphone that came out. A lot of the credit goes to Qualcomm for their Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip and Samsung ditching Exynos chip. Thanks to its great power efficiency, the S23 Ultra, even after all this time, was able to conquer the iPhone in the battery drain test that I did, and also performed really well in the speed test battle. It's definitely not perfect, and because it's an early 2023 phone, it is missing out some of the cool features that I've thoroughly enjoyed on other flagship phones. For example, on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I can take 24 megapixel default photos, while the S23 Ultra still shoots at 12 megapixel resolution. The images themselves are nice, but it's just I would have loved extra detail, which I believe we are getting on the S24 Ultra. It also can't switch lenses when you're shooting 4K 60fps video, which is something that I use all the time. It can still do jumpy animations occasionally, and perhaps one of the reasons why I don't use higher megapixel modes that often is that the camera takes a little too long to process those 200 megapixel photos. But other than that, there's really not much to complain about. The most important thing about this phone is that it nails the three pillar of a smartphone, which is the performance, battery life, and the overall camera experience, which has been fantastic. Samsung has also been very punctual when it comes to timely software updates to this phone. I'm already running the latest January patch, and it's still got 3 major OS updates, so when it comes to longevity, the S23 Ultra is completely fine. Now, when it comes to design, this is still one of the best looking phones on the market, to the point where it pretty much looks identical to the new S24 Ultra, of course, with a curved screen. And yes, this is very likely going to be the last Samsung flagship phone to have a curved display. It's still a very great 120Hz Quad HD panel with LTPO refresh rate technology, 1750 nits of peak brightness. I mean, this display is one of the best to enjoy media on, still very bright. While having titanium may make the phone in-hand experience more premium, still, it's really good. Like, I have no complaints. It's got the S Pen with all the features you need whether you use it or not. It's still the only stylus flagship phone on the market. Samsung's One UI has also been improved so much when it comes to performance with the third-party apps and how it overall handles the RAM management. Features like Samsung DeX, the Pro camera modes for videos and photos, Expert RAW app for those who want to take the camera experience to the next level, the exciting wallpaper customization, which is about to get even better with the One UI 6.1 thanks to AI, pasting any image from one app to another by just dragging and drop, removing objects in the background of an image, remastering any current image, and convert normal images into portrait mode. Like right now, the S23 Ultra is such a noticeably better phone compared to the S23 Ultra that was released back in January of last year. Now, perhaps one of my favorite things where Samsung always came a bit short was the battery life, especially after a year of battery life. I was worried that the One UI 6.0 will somehow nerf the battery life as it did on my iPhone 14 Pro Max with the iOS 17, but it's still going really good. It's getting me through the day pretty much on par with the competition. Of course, S24 Ultra is about to make that even better with even better efficiency with the new 8 Gen 3, but 8 Gen 2 is more than enough for that completely comfortable battery experience. Now, coming back to the camera, I already mentioned what this phone is missing currently, which is the lack of high-res default main camera photos, as well as not being able to switch lenses when you're shooting 4K 60 videos. Apart from that, there is a lot to love about the camera. I think it's overall one of the best and versatile camera on a smartphone. You can capture really good images with great results. Like, for the most part, I love the Samsung color science. Sometimes it can be a bit more saturated to my liking, but most of the time things are good. I still love the fact that we still get the 3x optical zoom for photos, which I believe is a bit more easier to work with compared to a 5x zoom, which is why Samsung is still keeping this very same sensor on the S24 Ultra while still offering us a 10x optical zoom, which, as I mentioned, is better than the competition when it comes to long range photos, 10x or beyond 10x level. When you go 20 or 30x, that's where it can even surpass the S24 Ultra, unless Samsung has done some real good magic to the 5x zoom that is now coming with the S24 Ultra that has a larger sensor combined with 50 megapixel resolution. But is it going to be enough to beat the S23 Ultra when it comes to 30 or 20x magnification? Only time will tell. Based on my user experience, it's still one of the best zoom performance you can get on a phone, even going into 2024. Especially in daytime, there's just a lot of flexibility. Now, S24 Ultra will offer better low-light zoom with the help of AI and this new camera sensor, and that's where we will see that zoom improvement. But if you're someone who's already using the long-range zoom in good lighting or in daylighting situations, then you really don't have to worry about the zoom update you're getting with the S24 Ultra. This is already pretty enough. Now again, just to remind you, it's the same main camera hardware as the S24 Ultra, and for those who really want to crank this camera all the way, I highly recommend you guys to use the Samsung Expert RAW app to take incredible photos. So even after 1 year, Galaxy S23 Ultra is still one of the best value ultra flagship smartphones that Samsung is going to offer in 2024. Of course, it will be replaced by a more smarter version of the S23 Ultra and a more faster version, which is of course going to be the S24 Ultra. It's got titanium and some other exciting features. Still, nothing can take away how good of a package this S23 Ultra still is. And depending on where you live, the S23 Ultra can be a very good value, especially now in 2024. If you are using the Galaxy S23 Ultra, it's worth waiting for the S25 Ultra. Perhaps then we're gonna have a proper camera upgrade. Hopefully Samsung won't be gatekeeping those exciting AI features, and we'll see that on the S23 Ultra. Please be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. With that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.